Hello everyone. In this video, we will cover the basics of the letting go technique, learn about its practical value and how we can start using it in our day-to-day lives. Let's begin. Most of you who are watching this video are likely familiar with the concept of surrendering or letting go. It finds its reflection in most of the spiritual practices you encounter throughout your explorations, and even in some modern psychological research. The goal of this practice is to discharge particularly painful or unresolved feelings and traumas, find some closure, and free up ourselves for the future growth and development. This technique allows us to deep into the realm of our unconscious mind and bring our shadow elements to light, giving us more clarity about our triggers and blind spots. I've already covered the topic of shadow and exploring the dark side of our personality in my previous video, so feel free to check it out. It can also be incredibly helpful for people undergoing therapy, since it adds another layer of working through your problems and supplements excellently the intellectual side of the standard psychological methods. The technique doesn't go against any religious or philosophical teachings and can be done independently and effectively by anybody who is interested in elevating his or her mental state and experience less gloom and doom in their daily life. These principles are in accord with the basic teachings of Buddha to avoid attachment to worldly phenomena, as well as the basic teaching of Jesus Christ, to be in the world but not of it. My personal experience with the method proved to be incredibly beneficial to my overall condition and helped me with overcoming my depressive episodes. In this video, I will be presenting the technique as it was described by Dr. David R Hawkins in his books, in particular, Letting Go: The Pathway of Surrender and Healing and Recovery. It is worth mentioning that my first exposure to the whole concept of surrendering was when I was introduced to Taoism. Due to my lack of understanding and combined knowledge at the time, I didn't pay enough attention and I overlooked the importance of it. But it is also true that a lot of profound ideas and concepts in the Eastern schools of thought can be quite cryptic and hard to grasp for a person who is just starting out on the journey of personal growth and self-discovery. So if you find yourself in a similar situation, do not fall into despair. There aren't many Zen masters out there for a good reason. So, what is it and how should I use it, I hear you asking. Let's get down to the details. Simply put, the idea behind the concept of letting go is that our thoughts do not represent the objective reality and are caused by the internal emotional pressure or unconscious patterns that we aren't aware of. Imagine that your girlfriend or boyfriend didn't reply to a text all day and didn't pick up any of your calls. For the most of us, the initial emotional reaction would either be indignation and resentment or worry mixed with some genuine fear for their lives. This mental state would inevitably cause us to go down the spiral of conflicting thoughts, which if left unchecked could cause us to react rashly and undertake unnecessary and potentially harmful actions. If we manage to brace ourselves against acting out on these thoughts, we may later find out that our lover's phone had some issues or there was another insignificant obstruction preventing him or her from contacting us. Obviously, this is a crude example, but it should give you some basic understanding of why letting our emotions run unchecked can cause us unnecessary suffering and take away the precious time we have left on this planet. The method itself, as described by David R Hawkins, is quite simple. Letting go involves being aware of a feeling, letting it come up, staying with it, and letting it run its course without wanting to make it different or do anything about it. It means simply to let the feeling be there and to focus on letting out the energy behind it. Then he goes on into explaining that it is necessary to let go of resisting the feeling and not paying attention to the thoughts which might surface during the process. He also stresses that some feelings will arise multiple times, since there are more of them to surrender due to the continuous repressing we were engaging in throughout our lives. Let me give you a step-by-step instruction that worked for me. Step 1. Acknowledge that you are having a disturbing feeling about something, be it fear, anger, resistance, or general uneasiness. Make sure you don't label it with a specific name, just treat it as a form of energy, which is what our emotions basically are. Step 2. Locate it within yourself. You might need to close your eyes and tune into your physical body. From my experience, most of the time I feel the disturbing energy vibrating in my solar plexus area, abdomen, or in some cases, my head. Feel it and stay with it. Step 3. At this point, you might experience unwanted thoughts arising in your mind. If you are familiar with meditation, then just do the same. Let them pass by. If not, then it might take some time to do it consciously. Step 4. This step helped me a lot in my experience with the technique. Relax your shoulders as much as you can and breathe calmly. This will prevent the unnecessary tension and potential resistance. Step 5. Stay with the feeling until it runs out or until it loses its overwhelming nature. Depending on the intensity of the feeling, it might take between 5 minutes to an hour, and even more if you are going for a complete clean state. You will learn how to estimate the duration and the depth of the exercise as you get more familiar with the technique. These are the general steps that, if done right, can deliver phenomenal results in the long term. There is also an extremely useful addition you can apply if you feel stuck with a particular feeling and cannot get to the depth of it. I call it introspective journaling. I will be dedicating a separate episode to it, but here is the general idea. Start writing out all the thoughts that come up to your mind without any discrimination. Emotional numbness and the feeling of being stuck usually originates within the level of apathy, so continuously writing something within the lines of "it's pointless and I'm totally useless" can move you to grief or any other emotional state which is more charged and easier to locate and work through. When you give up resisting or trying to modify the feeling, it will shift to the next feeling and be accompanied by a lighter sensation. A feeling that is not resisted will disappear as the energy behind it dissipates. I hope you found this information useful and practical. To properly understand the potential benefits of the technique, you have to try it by yourself and analyze the results. Don't take my word for it. The main purpose of my videos is to give you the tools and the knowledge which you can apply to your life and ultimately make it better. If I can do it, then I have no doubt that you can do it as well. Stick to the practice and share your experience in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to see me covering the potential questions and explaining the details in my future videos. Have a good one and take care.